Hey, Shalom Akim. All right, it's the GMS Atlanta camp here with another live stream. Today is September 27, 2017. You know, before we get started, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us this truth. All right, also want to say honors and peace, much love to the elect, laboring around the four corners of the earth. All right, risking their lives and their freedom to get this word out. And shalom to the few sisters who do listen up under the Great Millstone. Okay, this lesson is going to, this stream is going to be entitled "The Flesh Wareth Against the Spirit," and this is a thing that we're involved with is a spiritual battle. Okay, and you got to remember, whenever you're in a battle, okay, you're going to have an opposing force. Okay, you're going to have an opposing force that comes up against you because it's a battle. Okay, now what is that opposing force? All right, it's on the left-hand side. Okay, it's a spiritual war. Now, the tools that the left-hand side uses is carnality. Okay, the lust of the flesh. That's how they get you with television, women, okay, the world, money, clothes, jewelry, jobs, all the things of the world. Okay, it's how the left-hand side comes up against the spirit, the righteous spirit. So, we just want to hit these points home and let brothers know that this battle that we're involved in is going to take a high level of spirituality. You have to be locked in spiritually, because if not, you're going to get sifted out through the desires of the flesh. And that's usually the case. When you look at certain men and their track record of why they fell out, usually it's something that involves the flesh. Okay, so we're going to start. Matter of fact, we're going to go to Ephesians, the 6th chapter, and start at the 12th verse. Then we'll go to Galatians, the 5th chapter. We can start at Ephesians, the 6th chapter, and verse 12. Whoever got it can bring it out.
You got it.
You got it. Go ahead, Rob.
Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers.
See, the scriptures say we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Because the scriptures say what? I think that's in the book of Timothy. It say any man that warreth entangleth himself not with the affairs of his life, roughly paraphrasing. So the battle is not a carnal battle. Okay, it's physical. It's spiritual. It's spiritual. Okay, not physical. Okay, so this is not a flesh to flesh battle. Okay, it's a spirit to spirit battle. Okay, continue out.
It says, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Go ahead.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Against the rulers of darkness of this world. Now, in Job 9:24, the scriptures say what? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the rulers of this world is the wicked, which in Malachi speaks about Esau being the borders of wickedness. Okay. Now, when you understand spirituality, okay, you understand that they push out spiritual demons through their idols. Okay, through their rituals. They have their own sacred days of the year. Okay, they the left hand side is big on numerology as well. Okay, so they use the Baphomet, they use Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all these different statues around the city. Halloween coming up. They use all of these things to push out wicked energy into the world. Okay, now the men of the Lord, okay, on the right hand side, pushing out a righteous energy through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to combat that wicked force. Hey, whenever like the apostle said, the tree of knowledge, which is found right here in the scriptures, the understanding of the scriptures, man. Okay, continue on, brother.
It says, against spiritual wickedness in high places, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High.
Right, so you can stop right there. It says, take unto you the whole armor of the Most High. And when you read down, you will see the necessary equipment, spiritual equipment needed to fight this battle. Okay, because without that spiritual armor, you're going to end up getting wounded. Okay, so now you can go to Ephesians chapter 5 and start at 16. Right? Galatians, yeah. And if y'all brothers got any precept anything, you say, bring it out.
It's good too. When y'all get them precepts, go to Romans the 7th chapter. The whole chapter goes back into flesh,
Yep.
battling against the spirit, going into wanting to keep the law and not being able to keep the law. So that over time right in with the level.
Yep. And Romans 8 as well.
Well, Romans 8, yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Now, if you're young in the faith and you lack certain understanding on things, when it says walk in the spirit, how do you walk in the spirit? Does that mean you have to turn into a ghost or a mist and move? No. How you walk in the spirit is you carry yourself according to what the scriptures say.
Right. What is the spirit?
It's St. John 6:63. As a matter of fact, somebody get that.
And that's how you know, because you got to ask yourself, okay, if I'm walking in the spirit, what is the spirit?
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Like the brother said, and even for brothers that really aren't too familiar with the scriptures and that's coming into it, that's why the scriptures say do nothing without advice. Yeah. If you go through certain things and it's a fork in the road and you really don't know what decision to make or to take, hit a brother up on the comment section. If you're not in the camp and you're trying to come into the knowledge, or if you're in the knowledge and you're still trying to grow up, call the brother, discuss certain things and let brothers know, what's the best route to take it to understand the best way. And the brother will surely go into the scriptures and expound onto you the best route, from, the forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to the prophets, the apostles, and disciples, and they're going to show you the route that they took so that we can follow that same track. That's the spirits, because these words are inscribed from certain men, the apostles, the prophets, men that actually walk in the spirit, walk through the words and the teachings that Yahweh Shah, gave them. Even before, Yahweh Shah walked in the Most High Spirit, before it was even actually scriptures, manifest. You have oral traditions and oral law. Men like Adam and Abraham, they followed that oral tradition in the spirit. That's all right.
And that's the reason why you had Cain and Abel, and the reason why the Most High was mad at Cain and had favor to Abel.
Yeah.
Because although it wasn't written, it was a verbal thing. It was passed on verbally. And because if not, the scripture said, where there's no law, there's no sin. So why did the Lord get mad at Cain? Because Cain knew to do the right thing.
That was a good point. John, so yeah.
At John 6.
Yeah, St. John 6:63, because we're just going to tie it in with Galatians, where it say we walk after the spirit. So now we have to understand what the spirit is. Go ahead.
John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing.
Go ahead.
The words that I speak unto you.
So the words, go ahead.
They are spirit and they are life.
Okay, so these words, these words, all right, is the spirit of the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. So when you walk in the spirit, that means you walk according to the word. Okay, according to the commandment, to the best of your ability. You maneuver according to what the word speaks, man. Okay, meaning you don't always, the scriptures clearly, when you read the scriptures, Yahweh Shai always warns you about what? The world. When you read in the Gospels, he's always speaking about the world. When you read it in Timothy, you read it in Philippians, you can read it in 1 John, 2 John, 3 John. Scriptures always warn you about what? The world. Okay? So meaning you don't get involved with the things of the world. Okay? You want to say something?
No, I was just laughing because.
Okay, go ahead, Rob.
Okay, John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing.
Well, see, there you go again. The flesh profiteth nothing. Because this is what you call what? Corruption. These are corruptible bodies. Okay? These is when you read in the book of Jude, it speaks about what? The chains of darkness. Okay? This is the corruption. Now, when you walk in the spirit, you put on incorruption or immortality. Okay? And that's how you maneuver. Okay? You have to always consider, like they used to back in the 90s and stuff, they used to have the wristbands. They would say WWJD. But hey, you replace that J with a Y, man. What would Yahweh Shai do in this situation? And in order to reenact or think about what Yahweh Shai would do, you have to know the scriptures. Because if you don't know the scriptures and how Yahweh Shai and the disciples moved, you're not going to know how to move. That's why it's important to read.
So that's why it also says, blessed is he that readeth and keep the saints. Study to show yourself approved. It's a lot of scriptures that really put emphasis on reading and studying, going into the spirit, so you can understand the ways of righteousness and wickedness. You'll have that spiritual discernment, you know, to see what's the proper path to take. And that's where knowledge and wisdom is applied, you know, where you got the wise mentality to know, okay, committing adultery is wrong because it says it in the scriptures. I read about certain people that committed adultery and they downfall, how they got put to death. I see the actions that men would take aggressively for that situation to occur. And I see the negative downside, so I'm not going to take that route. You know, and I'm just going to take the route of righteousness because the scriptures say to do righteous and it's right. When you do right, you just clean. Scriptures say there shall no evil come to them that's occupied to do good, if I'm not mistaken. You know, if you do good, then you straight. You know, you always got them demons trying to tempt you, that you just keep reverting back to the scriptures because this is our sanctuary. And if you stay in this to the end, that's where the crown is going to be laid up for, you know?
Hey, that's why your man, false apostle, Big Gino. Big Gino. Big G. Don't know what they're talking about, you know? Because he's not walking in the spirit, he's walking in the flesh.
Yeah, he sees gain, fleshly gain from that ministry, that bullshit he pushed. That's why he pushing. That's why all these false prophets push what they push, because they see fleshly gain. They see corruptible gain.
Supposing the gain is godly.
Yep. That's why the scriptures tell you what that I think it speaks about godliness with contentment is a good thing. It's a great gain. So they see what? Corruptible gain.
Right, because it says supposing that gain is godliness. Then it goes on further down to say that, you know, that godliness with contentment or something like that is great gain. It's great gain. And that's what you get here when you come in GMS. Brothers ain't really in that surfeiting spirit. You know, just want to have an abundance in everything. I want to make sure I got, you know, 300 gallons of water. You know, the biggest, you know, that's surfeiting, man.
Overcharged.
You gotta be content where you at, you know, because if you're not content, it's gonna lead to what? The lust of the flesh, man. All right, and that's what you see with these false apostles, like what's his name? Big Gino Jennings, yeah, which is a false apostle. All right, his ministry, the reason why he's pushing that madness is because he can get what? Monetary gain from it, man. He has a platform to gain the world. That's the same thing you see with Sakari. That's the same thing you see with Nate, Johanna. All these men, because they don't walk in the spirit, and they walk in the flesh, they lured in by the flesh.
All right, and that's why, you know, like the brother was saying about, you know, they see that, you know, in the flesh, that's gain. But you know, we always try to talk about basically walking humbly, okay? Because we don't come in the spirit of you know, having much. You know, of course, certain brothers are blessed with a certain amount of, you know,
more than others.
Yeah, money more than others, or whatever the case may be. But nevertheless, ultimately, we're content with what we have, and we look for a higher level, so to speak. You know, we don't want to stay in this boat because this is temporary.
That's
okay,
right.
This boat is sinking. Okay, we look for the kingdom to come. Like Scripture says, we have no continuing city. Okay, look back at what happened in the account with Lot's wife. You know, whatever amount of substance they had, she looked back to it. Okay, but we have to continue looking forward and to continue to grow in the understanding that we're coming to something much better. That's why you can't have your eyes set upon what you can see. That was I said, lay your treasures upon, in heaven and not on earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt. Okay, because that was going to corrupt what? It's ultimately going to corrupt your soul and your spirit. That's why he said, let your eye be single. You know, because we're constantly warned against what we see in our eyes. Constantly, you know, seeing things of the flesh that would tempt us, and you know, things that we desire. Okay, but that's why Scripture says it set your affections upon high. You know?
I got to do something. You got something? Okay. 1 Timothy 1:18. This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy,
according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare.
See, they said that thou mightest war a good warfare. Now, is that talking about with a shield and buckler?
Right.
No, it's talking. This is the sword. This is the battle. This is the war. When going out to the highways and it's a war of endurance, man. Okay, going out to the highways and byways week in and week out, getting up, doing your live streams throughout the week, doing your own lessons, reading, building with the brotherhood. Okay, having faith, praying, fasting, battling Satan in your head, in your day to day, man. This is what the war consists of, man. Okay, this is not just a one, a 1 day, a week thing. If you think that this is a 1 day, a week thing, you better get it together, man. I'm gonna just put that exhortation out there. This ain't that. Satan gonna come when you at your low points, man. 24/7. Okay, when you think everything going good, and here comes Satan. You might not even be in camp. All right, you gonna have a mental battle upstairs. What you gonna do then?
Yeah, and majority of the battles are usually outside the camp when you're in solidarity, so to speak. When the spirits actually start to try to work on your mind and chisel at your thoughts, and chisel at your emotions and your weak points. When sometimes depressive or being oppressed by this world, these demons be fucking with you. That's the warfare. That's the battle that Satan is looking to break you down and draw you onto this righteous, this kingdom, the grandeur of this life, the strip clubs and the popping bottles and the money, the lifestyle. That's what we're fighting against. But the Most High said it, just like he said in Timothy, which I'm gonna read that over. That's the fight that we got to war against, and we got to beat that with the spirit of the Lord. This is our repeller right here. When them evil spirits be coming and talking, how you repel them bugs, you got to spray this.
With that spiritual radar.
Yeah, put that spiritual radar. Right.
Yeah. It's a lot. Can you read that from the top? What you just read?
Yeah, and then if you go to Ephesians, the 6th chapter, it gives you everything.
Hey, come on, I was going to segue into that real quick.
John. This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare.
Right. By the prophecies that thou might war a good warfare, And no man goes to war without having protection or armor.
Right.
Okay, and that's why when you go into Ephesians the 6th chapter, it talks about having the breastplate of righteousness. That's to shield you from those fiery darts, Satan coming in and trying to penetrate your being. You have the breastplate of righteousness, which is by what? By doing what the Lord told you to do. You have the breastplate of righteousness. You have the sword of the spirit. Okay, and you gotta know how to swing that sword. And then ultimately, like it says, the helmet of salvation. So, like I said earlier, if your mind is in the right place, that's what you're thinking about. That's what you're geared towards. Salvation. Okay, not towards the allure of the world. Okay, this facade that's set up. And then, if you are in the right spirit, you can see this place crumbling around you, man.
Finished.
Right? It's finished, man. This place is finished, man. Like it says in the book of Daniel, man. Okay, the Most High is not dealing with the spirit of lackadaisicalness and knuckle dragging,
being lukewarm.
Being lukewarm. You have to, really ultimately, you're one where you got your hands in the dirt, and you see this, the dirt under your nails, and you're in the grind. Okay, you into the battle, you into the trenches.
That's grunt work. That's being a spiritual grunt, man.
Grunts can take it.
Because grunts can take it. Yeah. And that's the spirit. Because I was watching the movie Platoon.
That's it.
And it showed you the mentality. They was in them foxholes and their minds was psyched out on getting them gooks, man. They was structured for the battle. That was what their mentality was on. When you in warfare, that's all you could think about. Ain't got time to think about the bitch at home that's getting popped by, Tom, Dick, and Harry, so to speak.
You got your girl, you go.
Yeah.
I didn't show you that in that movie, Dead Presidents, man. You can't be thinking about that.
And Jarhead,
Because as soon as you start thinking about that, then that's how you get killed.
Yeah.
Because your mind goes away from battle, and now your mind is elsewhere. You're susceptible for demons to jump on you and kill you. That's right.
And if you don't die, you don't get the man next to you killed.
Go ahead. Thank you, Salaki.
Yeah,
This is Ephesians 6, and I start at 13. It says, therefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High.
Right, take upon the whole armor. You gotta have everything. You can't just have the helmet.
Right.
You know, you can't just have the breastplate. You gotta have everything.
So like we'll start at the 10th verse.
At the 10th verse.
It's going to tie it all in. Yeah.
Ephesians 6 and 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might.
Hey, man, that's one of my favorite scriptures right here, man. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. Okay, and Paul talked about, I shall not know. What do you say?
The speech of them that are puffed up with the power.
It's speech of that are puffed up. Those that just say that they are about the Lord, and those that just say that we're about our people. Okay, but by the power, what effect are you having upon the people around you? Scripture talks about that great cloud of witnesses, because we're here to build the kingdom up. We're not here to sit and speak upon all these great works and marvelous things that how about now what I'm going to do, but then behind the scenes, we're sitting here down,
bullshit.
shit bullshitting around.
Yeah.
Okay, plain, like I say it bluntly, you don't want to bullshit around.
And that's playing video games and effing off, so to speak.
Yeah,
and that's why the scriptures say that Yahweh Shah taught us one that had authority.
Yep.
That word authority, the root word is altar. He talked like he was actually in the scriptures, which he was. You felt that's where you get the passion from, the pain, the drive, the motivation, the dedication. Because
he's the word.
Yeah, he's the word. That's the word.
That's why he could tell his when they said, ain't this the son of the son and the son of Mary? You're like, nah, dude, who do the will? Them my brother, them my mother, that's my,
And when
that's why he be confident like that.
And when he said it to them scribes and Pharisees, masters of the law, what they did? They backed up.
Yeah.
The top guys, so-called been in the knowledge for a number of decades. Yeah. They was getting confounded. A lot of them fled. They fled to sea.
Yeah.
Tried to
when they got together, they wanted to kill him.
Some of them, Yahweh Shah would speak, and he would crush them so bad they wouldn't even say that. They just stayed quiet.
He hit them with a question and just confounded them.
Yahweh Shah, he even he made the Satan flee when Satan tempted him after he was in the window.
And he was at his weakest point.
God at his weakest point. And he slowly meditated on the scriptures, and he's like, no, he does with him in the spirit. And then Satan was like, man, I can't do this, man. Even at his weakest point, because he meditated on the scriptures.
And that all goes back to warring against the flesh.
If that ain't inspiration and encouragement, man,
I don't know what it is. I don't know if they went up there and told you.
That's the power.
And that point to the apostle that's made about him being at his lowest point in the flesh, because he didn't eat for 40 days, but his spirit was strong. Because he was fasting, he was probably praying to the Most High, he's built up spiritually. So even though he didn't eat anything, his spirit was so strong that Satan still couldn't fuck with him.
Right. And now what happened was his spirit was strong, but his flesh was weak. And he used the last bit of energy he had to fight Satan off. And it said that the angels that ministered to him. As a flesh man, somebody pop out the shots. Matthew 26:41. Matthew 26:41, real quick.
This is Matthew 26 and 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So his spirit was strong, but his flesh wanted to give out. But he mustered up the rest of the energy he had left in the flesh to fight Satan off. And that's why, if I'm not mistaken, it said that the angels came and ministered unto him right after that. Y'all got it.
That's that power. That's why it's going to say, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. But guess what? The spirit of the Lord, that's what's going to protect us and be our hedge in these days to come, man. Okay? That's what's going to be the
and wisdom and knowledge shall be the security.
Wisdom and knowledge shall be the security at that time.
That's right. This is Hebrews 4. Matter of fact, not that ain't it. So you can go ahead with your guys. Come back to
Go ahead.
Verse 11. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, ye may be able to withstand the wiles of the devil.
Because he coming. Now, one thing about this, when you in this truth, you better believe he coming. In some form or fashion, he's coming. Okay? So the scriptures is warning you. And nobody's exempt. Okay? Nobody's exempt from Satan. Okay? You may think you can come in as, oh, well, Satan ain't gonna bother me how he bothering the rest of them brothers. I pretty much I know Satan. I know I've been battling Satan all my life. That'd be pride. I've been, man, come on, man. I've been battling Satan all my life. Satan can't get me. I'm a deadlock and go until the Most High send him on your ass. Okay, and I just wanted to say on that point, the Lord is telling you exactly what you need in order to defend Satan. Okay, you got something.
Yeah. This is I look up the word wiles, right? In the Greek, right? It's G3180, methodia or methodia, where you get the word method, right? Now check it out. It says cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery.
You know? The trickery, man. Somebody real quick, hold where you at, real quick. Get that in 2 Corinthians 2:11.
Hey, because Satan's gonna make it sound so good.
Yeah.
You know?
He's
and
convincing.
That's how he comes. You know, we know a cat like that comes that way.
Oh yeah.
He hide in the shadows.
Yes, sir.
And not the shadows of Motown either.
God, you got that in 2 Corinthians 2:11? Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage over us.
Go ahead.
Advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices.
So his wiles, your methods, your trickery, man. We're not, the men of the Lord are not going to be fooled. Because why? Because the men of the Lord taking up arms in the spirit. We grabbing out, we got our spiritual shield, we got our breastplate, we got our helmet, we got our shin guards, we got our proper boots, and we ready in the spirit to defend the gospel.
That's right.
Okay, you got some kind
I looked up the word. Device. Devices. It's noama. It means a mental perception, thought, an evil purpose, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts or purposes.
That's why I said, blessed is he whose conscience have not condemned him, because Esau puts the spiritual demon saying Esau. He does rev up them spirits on the left-hand side too. But it's the spirits that's trying to throw off your perspective, throw you off from the fruit, so to speak. The tree of that knowledge of good, and trying to convert it or switch it and make it seem evil, because everybody coming to truth, they knew that it's GMS, so to speak. They know that the apostles and elders are the ones that taught the truth, and that's what the Most High blessed and gave it unto you. Now, when you continue on the truth, some men deviate from that. They start cursing the men that actually taught them and built them up. The men that actually sat down with you and brought you into the faith with the scriptures. Now, is it actually them? No, it's them spiritual demons that's actually war, and they fight against them, and they defeated them. A lot of men succumb to the spiritual demon Satan, man, tapping into their thoughts and not having the proper usage or the proper tools to overcome that spirit.
That's right.
Which is the sword of the spirit, like we just said, the helmet, the breastplate. You never put your sword down, man. You always got to be on watch.
Yeah,
whenever refer to us as watchmatch.
That's right.
If you ain't on the battlefield, you better be watching for them demons, man.
Hey, they gonna tag you. They gonna figure out. They gonna look at you and be like, okay, they gonna size you up. They might not get you the first time. They might not get you the second time. But then they look back and be like, oh, he missing the breastplate. Plate of righteousness. Yeah, we got him. That's why the Lord said you gotta be fully clothed in righteousness, man.
Yeah, because the soldier without his weapon is useless.
Yeah, that's right. You prone to get wounded.
Yeah, that's like bound to drizzle.
like false apostle Big G Jimmy. He's bound to drown. He's done. He ain't even gonna have no time on the scene really. Gonna squash him quick.
Appreciate book.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But you had any more, Rob?
Yeah,
now we gonna go back to Galatians.
That whole Ephesians.
Yeah, that whole Ephesians. Back. Go ahead.
No, that was it. I just had other precept.
Okay, come on. Verse 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
go ahead,
but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Yeah, so we're battling the propaganda and all the disinformation that was put out here by the elites. Yeah. All the witchcraft, all the lies, all the enchantments, rituals. We battling that on the right hand side. So this is not this ain't a fucking gladiator, or ninja warrior. This ain't nothing to play with here. We dealing with some high level demons and high level witchcraft. So I highly advise each and every brother who's entangled in this war to treat it as such. Okay, this is a very, 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 very hard war, man. This is not an easy war.
That's right.
Yeah. And then, you know, sometimes those principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places are also dealing with people that you might encounter in your day-to-day life. Just demons jumping on them just to fuck with you.
Yep.
You know, they might be in front of you driving real slow. You know, you may be in a hurry. You may be trying to get your order and the motherfucker behind the counter don't want to cook your shit the way you want it. You know, or you might be going somewhere and somebody cut you off.
Almost getting a car wreck.
Saying trying to get you to piss you off.
Hey, I was gonna say sometimes too, in this spiritual warfare, those spiritual demons they're manifest. So you know, I mean, it's happened to me. You know, and that was when it really clicked in. Like, man, this is real. You know, you're like, oh shit, what the fuck was that? You know, this is a serious thing, Akim. And it's, you know, we can't really stress the importance of really walking and maneuvering in the spirit, because it could be that one moment, man, where you lacking and Satan get one up on you. But the elect gonna be all right regardless, man.
But I was gonna say that, and then too, to add what the apostle said, like one time I was dropping this Jake off at home. So I dropped the Jake off and get to the red light. It's two young Jakes. It's about 3 a.m. And you know, my light shining on him, and then I'm looking down at my phone. So then when I look back up to pull off, he jumps out the car. You know, what's up with that shit, nigga? You know what I'm saying? You know, so I, you know, being spiritual, I pull right on off. I hit the gas. You know, ain't got time to, you know, because that's Satan trying to come at you in that way. And I am a couple times, you know.
That's why scriptures say, agree with your adversary quickly.
Them demons are like it, but them demons know how to push your button. And they know what makes you tick. You know what makes us tick. So they'll do shit that they know get under our skin. You know. I'm sorry, but I got something real quick. This is the beloved Zonderman's Bible Dictionary. I know a lot of guys hate it, but don't read it. It's a joke, beloved. This is the word principalities. It says ruler, Ephesians 1:21, Titus 3:1. Number 2, order of powerful angels and demons. You know, so that's what we're fighting against.
Them same evil spirits that tempted Job. Like I said, angels and rulers, basically, because everything is manifested from the spirit world to the physical, not from the physical to the spiritual world. You know, it's more so that the elements above, you know, dealing with, you know, us and trying us. That's how we get tested to be proved. Just like Job, you know, when Job was known as a perfect man throughout the land that kept the laws and righteousness, what basically crowned him as being that man on top of everything. His temptations, you know, losing it all, basically, you know, certain people coming against him, and basically Satan having his portion in his life, you know, sticking with him. You know, same thing with Paul. Paul spoke about that thorn in his side. Man, that was a demon, man.
Ooh, I got another one. This is demons. Evil spirits give scriptures. Invisible, incorporeal form hierarchy. More scriptures. Have superhuman intelligence. That's what the word demon means. Demon means intelligence. You know, highly intelligent. It says are opposed to the Most High. Take possession of people. Bringing upon them such evils as blindness, insanity.
Hey, if I can add to what the apostle's saying too, and when you think about it, hey, sometimes you don't know if it's a demon talking to you. That's where you have to have the scriptures, okay? Because you be like, oh, you know, sometimes you'll get in your mind and stuff. You be like, man, but then you got to be like, oh, that's a fucking demon, man.
Believe not every spirit, but
try the spirits.
Whether it be of the Most High.
And that's where knowing the voice like the scripture say, my sheep hear my voice.
Right.
Now, when in the midst of that demon, if you really in the spirit, you'll always hear the voice of Yahweh Basham Shai. But some men resist it.
Yep.
You know, because the scripture say what? It say, I speak once, yet twice, yet man perceive it not.
Yeah.
So the Most High, he always give you that calling. That's that extension of mercy. It's always there. It's just up to us to hear it. He always lets you know. He always gives you that warning of a demon, because it's like a general in the warfare. We all out on the battlefield, all right, and the general is leading things off. He's gonna let you know, hey, you got some enemies coming from your left. Watch your left. That's the same thing with Yahweh Basham Shai. He gives us that. That's a demon. It's just Jake don't listen to it.
Yeah, because the general's job is to watch the battlefield and watch the way the fight is going and send his men in the right direction. And, you know, say keep them from harm.
Mm-hmm.
Get out front.
Yeah.
Those demons use scriptures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just like with Yahweh Shai, a tempter came to him.
Yeah.
You know, so even if I'm gonna think on the scriptures. Satan, like we said, Satan and demons, they have the intelligence. They know the scriptures, like the scripture said. Okay, but you count them with other scriptures. You got to have that. That's why scripture says precept upon precept. That's very important.
That's right.
Because you have to know how to swing the sword. You got to swing the precepts and pull them out.
That's right.
Because scripture says put a homosexual to death, right? And then demons be like, yeah, man, scripture do say that. But then if you understand another precept, to where it says, wait ye upon me till I rise upon the praise.
That's right.
Because it's a certain time to do certain things. Yeah. If you don't over righteous much, right? You got to be temperate. Okay.
And this was my kingdom, my men will fight.
Yep.
Scripture say certain things that are lawful are not expedient.
Mm-hmm.
So these scriptures like that gotta pop up into your head.
Yeah.
So and that's how you swing the sword in the spiritual battle. That's how you walk in the spirit. That's just an example. But Apostle, is there some more on that definition?
There's a little bit more. It says insanity, and it's got a bunch of precepts. Dumbness, two classes, those who are free and those who are imprisoned in the abyss. That's going off. That's going on. That's it.
All right, come. So you have some more to that?
Yeah,
Then we're going to go back to that Galatians, the 5th chapter.
Okay.
And we're going to get some more precepts. Go ahead,
It says, verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High.
Half of the armor.
The whole armor.
Yeah. The law.
Yeah, the whole armor.
The law.
The whole armor.
See, the whole armor. Go ahead, bro.
That ye may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all to stand.
And some of you dudes out here is half equipped. Some of you dudes y'all missing faith.
You got men that's half equipped and not even training for the big battle.
Yeah.
And they think they gonna perform like they some goddamn master, operative or something.
Right. They not considering the day of evil which is to come. That's what all you niggas is forgetting in this whole equation. Okay? This is the time frame that Yahweh Basham Shai is priming his men to get ready to go into the heat of the battle, man. We going into the heat of the battle. While y'all tiptoeing, walking around with half-ass armor on, you gonna die, man.
God, they taking the battle for life.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you prepare for your opponent. You don't want to take that opponent light. Yeah, he may not be as strong as you. He may not have the skills you have. But if you take him light, he will defeat you.
That's right.
The main thing you do when you overcome your opponent, you study your opponent. You learn his attributes. You learn his weaknesses and his weak points. And you develop mechanics or methods to overcome that.
That's right, bro.
Just like we said, Satan has his tricks and his tools that he uses. We have the same thing.
That's right.
But this is the most powerful. Nothing can beat truth.
That's right.
Deception can deceive people, but if they have the truth, they will be let free.
That's right.
But we have the truth, and in order for us to keep the truth, we have to, basically walk in it. Whether them deceptive spirits come or not. It's all about fighting against it with the truth.
That's right.
Hey, through the mouth of the Apostle Paul, Yahweh Shai said, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Give heed to the doctrine, for in doing so you shall save both thyself and them that hear thee.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right.
Verse 14.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, go ahead.
It says, stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth.
That's right. Meaning you can't teach The mark of the beast ain't the chip. You can't teach that the Hispanic and Native Americans are not the Israelites. You got to have your loins girded with truth. Okay, not half truth.
You can't teach that Cornelius is an Edomite.
Yeah. You can't teach that Esau being the end of the world is talking about Jesus.
Right.
You
hear that false apostle Big G James?
You can't teach that we're Africans.
The scriptures say, "Let your loins be girded with truth," because your loins is symbolic of what? Power. Okay, your rod, your loins, that's like power in that area. That's your equilibrium. That's what keeps you stable, and that's where you able to plant seed and humble a woman. So the Lord said, "Let your loins be girded with truth," and that right there is symbolic of what? Truth is power, like the brother Barzal was just saying. It's a powerful tool that's being used to destroy deception.
That's right.
Okay.
Just like the brother said, the loins, that's where you reproduce, and also that's where your testicular masculinity comes from, showing that your fortitude, showing that you basically a part of the battle. That's where your drive and your energy comes from. And a lot of these guys is neutered, man. They on the
spiritually neutered.
Which that word neuter goes back to neutral. They're cold nor hot. They just trying to be in the middle.
That gray area.
That gray area, like the apostle said. A lot of guys try to be gray area Israelites. I'm down with these Israelites, and I want to be down with the Hamites too. And I want to be down with the black countries. It don't work like that, man.
You heard that, Alazar? AKA Alizé.
Yeah.
But as long as this don't work out, you got guys that try to make multiple investments, so to speak. This is the stop. This is what the Most High told us to put our energy and our faith into. Nothing else. You don't have, I'm gonna put 30% in here. I got 20% in Islam, so if this don't work, I already know that Islam don't work out. Right?
Let your eye be single.
Let your eye be single.
That's what
that's what the scripture say. You have to love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, mind, and soul.
That's right. Because most men that do that, they lack faith. That's why they taking a little bit here, because like Barzal just said, they hoping, well, if this don't work, this ain't no lottery, man. This ain't no lottery where you pick a whole bunch of fucking numbers and then whichever one comes out, you win. Right. No, man, we 100% believe that this is the truth and this is what we're going with.
That's right, bro.
That's it.
There's 1 John 2:13. I write unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I write unto you, young men, because ye have overcome the wicked one. I write unto you, little children, because ye have known the Father. I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you, young men, because ye are strong, and the word of the Most High abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one.
And that's what it's about, overcoming the wicked one.
You know, read that again.
That was cold.
I'll jump to verse 13 again. Oh, it's like 14. I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you, young men, because ye are strong, and the word of the Most High abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one. Verse 15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Because this is where the wicked man dwells. This is his quarters. And if you do the things that appease him, then you're obviously not on the Heavenly Father's side.
We're here. The Spirit of the Lord got the elect set up to show the carnal aspect of which is this realm, the world, that the Spirit is above you. That's why carnality is about to get ready to be put out totally, which Esau is the epitome of carnality. That's why you can't defeat this man with you can't defeat this man with the sword. You can only defeat this man from another dimension, man.
Resist the devil and he shall flee.
That's right. The scripture say, resist the devil and he shall flee. And that's what's going to happen. So powers from another dimension have to come back and show who's on the higher level. Nobody in this dimension, is going to beat Esau at his game, because he is the flesh.
No man shall save you.
Yep. There's no man shall save you, like the apostle said. Only Yahweh salvation comes from Yahweh Bashem Awashai. That's why the thing now is to do what? Gird up in the spirit. Gird up your loins in the spirit. And put on the spirit because that is the winning energy that's about to come and take out the lesser energy. So that's all I have.
I got pretty
just a little bit more. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever.
That's right. And that's what it goes into. Now you
I got one just to go right along with that.
Okay, and I got that Romans 16 right after you.
It says this Galatians 6 and 8. It says, for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap it corruption.
See, he that soweth according to his flesh shall reap corruption, because this is corruption.
That's right.
Okay, in this fleshly realm, this is the realm of corruption. Okay, there's nothing is everlasting here. Now in the spiritual realm, okay, on the other hand, in the spiritual realm, okay, everything is what? Everlasting. Okay,
right.
So
what you say it say that.
Okay, go ahead.
If I may just say real quick, that's what the Apostle Paul said. Though my outward man perish, that the inner man is renewed day by day.
It says, I just read from the top. Galatians 6 and 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap it everlasting life.
And that's right. We're looking to receive that eternal life, eternal glory. Because we don't receive no glory in this kingdom being right.
That's right.
Like the scripture say, we the offscouring of the world. Our Lord and Savior didn't even get respect when he was here, man. He got sacrificed. He got belittled, spit on, buffeted. You know? How he says, how much more the servant than his master. So we're not trying to be celebrities in this kingdom, man. We're not trying to be the top of the class. You got a lot of men that just want to be like Joseph in Egypt, man. You know, I want to be at the top. I want to be in the grandest spot. I want to be by Pharaoh. Right. Man, that's not what it's about. And if guys understood the text, the reason why Joseph was in that promise was to redeem his people. He didn't want to be there because he liked Pharaoh. He worked on the spider web, so to speak, man, for the sake of righteousness. Scripture says to give subtlety unto the simple. Same thing with Mordecai. You know, same thing with Daniel. Yep. But when, you know, a situation, Moses, when he was in an area of status, what he do? He left Pharaoh's house. And he chose to took the low with the men of the low so that they could be risen up into righteousness, so that they could have their own. That's what we fighting for, man. We fighting for, you know, it's not just teaching the scriptures. We fighting for all these things to manifest, for, you know, to be sovereign, so to speak. To be outside of this kingdom and this paradigm that we live in. We're looking to be above this kingdom, ultimately through the spirit of Yahweh Shah.
No, you good. I got something real quick. This is Yahweh Shah spoke to the multitude. This is Matthew chapter 11, verse 8. But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are a king's houses. Yeah. And we understand that this ain't the kingdom. So you're not gonna see us in soft clothing, man. You know, walk around, you know, with every time you turn around, got on different pair of Pradas, different pair of Gucci's. All right, different, you know, just all into the. Now, if you got that and you maintaining yourself in the spirit, now there's one thing. But when you just start seeing a man that's all into, you know, the latest fabrics, and you know, hey, feel this, feel how I feel. Yeah, this is a rare breed of wild boars from Indonesia.
check out the price on this coat over here.
Yeah, check out the price on these jeans. Hell, you know how much I got these shoes for? Look at the texture. Look at the. Hey man, the scripture say, read that again. Matthew 11 and 8. Oh, I was reading.
I got a precept to go with that too.
All right, I'm gonna finish it up real quick. It says, but what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet. Yeah, so Yahweh Shah, you know, Yahweh Shah was speaking to the multitudes, and he said, listen, what you come out to see? A man in soft raiment? Yeah, the man in soft clothing, that's in the king's house.
How you expect a man on the battlefield to look cute?
That's right.
In the wilderness.
You know? You in the, you know, in the area, dirtied up, you know, toting your gun, sweating, you know, masculine, and you ain't got no time to, you know, have the right guard and the nice man. You're around brutes just like you.
And once the war is done, You can comfortably go back to your city, and you can clean yourself up. You know, you can see your women and your children, and you can go and you don't have to worry about anything else.
Hey, Uriah the Hittite, he was in the battle.
Yeah.
And then King David told him to go home.
Yep.
He said, nah, he slept at the gates of the king.
Yep.
He had the opportunity to go home, lay with his woman, take a shower and all that.
He's like, nah, he laid at the gate. Yeah.
He was in that war spirit.
Yeah, then he put him in the hottest part of the battle. Yeah.
I got a precept to go with that.
Okay, Tom, go ahead.
Hebrews 11 and 37. They were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskin and goat skins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented.
You know what they'll say? You know how much goat skin cost back then? Look, man, back then everything was cheaper, man. What are you talking about? Nowadays, there'll be, I gotta pay a goat skin jean.
Yep.
Plus,
and it cost you.
They had the barter system back then, so you could trade.
Yeah, true.
You could easily trade. Maybe, I don't know, cattle, goats. So you have your own goats. So, it wasn't all about gold and silver.
Yeah, and sometimes you had donations. Some of that stuff could have been donated because you had the poor.
And at the same time, it could have been the chiefest of sheep, so to speak. Sheep or goats came,
But the point that Apostle was making, if that's your mindset, like how much goat skin cost back then, you're already going on. You're your wrong mindset.
Even if you can afford that stuff and you in the truth, man, you ain't gonna be into it like that. You ain't gonna be into it like that. If you really into the
especially the time we in.
At the end of the day, we already know why Jake, go through the fashion like it's just for these bitches, man.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you ain't doing it because you like to look good in the mirror, man.
That's their motivation.
That's the motivation.
And which is what? Which is Satan.
Inspiration.
Yeah, which is Satan. They're not considering the spiritual battle that they're involved in. So you putting all your energy into the world because what? Satan is pulling you into his realm with his products of the world. Everything all lines up and makes sense when you really start getting deep into this walk, man. Or get deep, I should say, deeper into this walk. The deeper into this walk that we go, the deeper we understand. Look, man, you start getting neck deep, till you fully engulf. Then you can see the devices of Satan, like the apostle brought out. It goes into the methods and the devices and the trickery.
Yeah, the trickery, yeah.
You start seeing the different things that Satan got in front of you to try to throw you off, man.
Right. That's why you go to different levels. That's why the apostle always said there's levels to this thing. Because when you first come in, the Lord's not going to put more on you than you can handle. You're going to go through the things to get you to the next level of where you're at. You have the scriptures tell you, that the ones that know good and evil are the ones that actually have their senses exercised. Like we got the scripture in Romans 16. So those are the men that have their senses exercised to know good and evil. Because if you have your senses exercised to know good and evil, then you're able to know when to move and when to stop. When to acknowledge something and when to avoid something. Because that's the spiritual filter that the Lord gives each and every man according to the abundance of the gift that He gives each and every one of us. And
then brothers, you go through certain things, and the demons begin to best of you. Pray for a heavier understanding. Pray for more discernment. Pray to understand and hear what the Spirit speaks, because we all aren't equipped the same way. Some brothers better with the sword, some brothers better in this arena, that one. But we all gotta covet those gifts, man.
And that's what we're a body that works together. You gotta go
back to what Barzal said earlier, man. If you may not know some, seek counsel. Seek advice.
Hey, and the scriptures say, in the multitude of counselors there is safety. All right, but get what you had, because I wanted to land back off that point the apostle made. It should be 1 Corinthians 10 and 13.
It's 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
Yeah, see, it says there have no temptation taking you, but such that is common to man. So the different things that we go through out here, Jake going through the same thing. Jake got demons messing with their head, but the difference is what? They give heed to the demons. That's why you go outside and you see people walking around outside, bugged all out of their mind, stinking, all right, just looking inundated with demons. So that it's not uncommon. It ain't just like it's just particular demons. These same spirits get at these people too. Yeah. The difference that the elect is going to do is fight them off, and not take heed to them. Because a lot of people don't even know that they got demons on them.
Yeah, they part of the matrix.
They don't even know that they have demons on them. Okay, so no temptation is going to take hold of you, but such that is common to man. Go ahead.
But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able.
Beautiful. That's what the apostle was saying through the Spirit just a minute ago, man. All right, the Lord knows what level you on, and He's going to take you through those obstacles according to that level. When you start out, I'm gonna just use a game for instance on Super Mario. The first stage is easy. You can run through the first stage. You start getting up into the last stage, you're gonna have to go through heavier demons on that stage, man. There's more tricks on the stage.
It takes more skill. You gotta
Yeah, then those are the quitting stages right there, man. That's what Jake started playing the video games, and that they don't really have the skills to defeat. They throw the controller on the ground.
Yeah, they smash the controller.
They break TVs.
Yeah, breaking TVs because they can't beat that level. Yeah. Hey, but that's how it is though. In the truth, man, the Most High, He started out and He noticed the certain type of demons He gonna send to you on that level. Now, in return, we supposed to be building up to go to the next level. So if you just keep playing Super Mario that first stage, and you keep playing that first stage, repeating it over and over again, all right, you should pass the next level. Yeah. And that's the same thing. And that's the same thing in this truth. All right. After you go through that first stage, you should be building up enough on that first stage to get ready to go to the next tier. And then you build up on that tier to go to the next tier. Okay. This is all levels, like the apostle was just saying, is levels to this faith, man.
That's right.
Okay. I'm gonna get this for the apostle real quick. That should have been it. That I got this Romans 16 for you though, right here. Romans 16 and 19. For your obedience is come abroad unto all men. I am glad, therefore, on your behalf. But yet I would have you wise unto that which is good, and simple concerning evil.
Right, and that's how you be able to discern between good and evil. Because the Lord taught us both sides. When you go back to the book of Ecclesiastes, the 17th chapter, it tells you that in the Apocrypha. You know that the Lord taught us both sides of the spectrum, so to speak. And then we're supposed to be wise concerning that which is we're supposed to be wise concerning that which is good, and simple concerning that which is evil. You're supposed to know what's evil, but you ain't supposed to be in that playground over there. Yeah, you're in the wrong playground.
Yeah, God. You're supposed to be at Creme de la Creme daycare playground, but you over in the trap at the playground.
I don't know if y'all remember. In the Lion King, Mufasa told Simba, look, don't go to that graveyard over there. Because if you go to that graveyard, the elephant's graveyard. And sure enough, he took his ass over there when they got their little girl. And they know how he was getting ready to tear their ass up, and Mufasa had to save him. And he was like, look, you deliberately disobeyed me. But that just shows you that it's levels to understand, because he was supposed to Simba was the heir to the kingdom.
Yeah, and notice, just thinking back on that movie, when he took it upon himself to be rebellious and went over there, the demons started coming at him because he wasn't ready to go on that level. But notice who came and saved him? His father, because his father knew not to go over there, but he was on that level to go over there if he had to. Yeah, and that's where building up. Yahweh Shema was shot. No, I was just gonna say Yahweh Shema was shot knows what level each and every brother on. But you got men that come in this thing and try to take it too far. They want to tempt the Lord. Yeah. Instead of being tempted, they want to turn around and say, well, I'm gonna push the envelope on you just to see how hard I can take it with you, instead of saying, hey, I'm gonna stick where I'm at. I'm gonna just go through what I gotta go through, and I'll let the Most High take me to that next level. But
Galatians 4:1. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, therefore nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all.
Yep. Yep. And that's what because Mufasa took him on that. He said, "Look, this is the kingdom, man. The heir If you load over everything, but he said, because someone said, "What's that dark place over there?" He was like, "He wants to never go there." Right? But him being in that curious young mind state, thinking he can overcome them demons, I mean, the hyenas get ready to tear him up.
And all this, it all lambacks, and it goes right back to the point of how the spirit lusts against the flesh, because the baby lion, what drew him over there? He was curious, that flesh. He want to see what's over there. Why he tell me not to mess with it? Right. Instead of being obedient and letting the Father build him up to go through there, you want to take it upon himself. And that could be the same thing in his truth. All right? Your temptations, the temptation that the Lord sent on you, you take those temptations and you turn around and try to tempt him with it. And that's when he say, "Oh, you want to tempt me?" What he do? He send more demons on you. Yeah. Since you big and bad, and you a know-it-all. I got something for you. Handle that. You know?
And that's why it's necessary to stay in order and stay and take instruction. You know, if a man, the apostles, they always give orders up. You're supposed to listen to them, you're supposed to take heed. Because it's for your benefit. Because they probably went through it and they know, and they say, okay, let's do this, or let's do it this way. You gotta take order. They're examples. Shepherds.
And I was gonna say, that's how you know that those individuals aren't sheep, man. Because sheep are endearing cattle, so to speak. They don't test the water, so to speak. You got other, certain, animals that's more daring. They like to, take like goats and different things, climb on the top of the mountain, go into certain areas where they know they can fall off of. That's a lot of guys, man. A lot of guys got goat mentality.
Hey, somebody get that was that Matthew 25:32 real quick.
I got some real quick.
All right, come on.
This is Hebrews 5:14. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
Yeah, you have some guys that come in, be around for 2 years, and then trying to go into the deep breakdowns of Revelation. Yeah. And you want to go and try to break down 2nd Ezra, the 11th and 12th chapter. And you want to go into Daniel, the 11th chapter, and do a cleanup session of men that's been around for 25 plus years around up in that area. That's what it, if you could read that again,
that's me.
I read it again.
It just stay on your level, man. Stay on your level, because you ain't ready for certain demons that come with that level, man.
That's why it says humble thyself, because the Most High, He'll exalt you. And do season.
Hebrews 5:14. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age.
See, the meaty things of the scriptures. It belongs to them that are of full age.
And if you go to the blue letter, it goes, when you look up the word full age, it goes into it deep. It says, if somebody can grab that, it says, even those who by reason of use, to look up that word too, use, have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. And
in this faith, it takes time in order to have your senses exercised and to be able to discern good from evil. It takes time. But if you walk the path according to what the Most High set before you, you will watch and see how this truth develops. But when you want to skip courses and you want to go to a certain course that you're not ready for in this faith, which is all pulled in by pride and deception, you face a level of demons that you are not ready for, because you're not built up to. That's like a lightweight jumping in a boxing ring trying to fight a heavyweight.
That's like going from learning your alphabet to jumping into learning calculus. Or quantum physics.
But when you think about it, now if somebody got a kindergartner got the heart to walk into a 12th grade class and act like he know what's going on, that's a bad little piece of shit.
Oh, he's a retard.
That's a bad little piece of shit, man. Because you gotta have some nuts to be a kindergartner and walk into a 12th grade class and act like you know what's going on in that class. You a bad little fucking prick. You gotta be.
But you do have certain exceptions that could do something like that. In the case of Yahushua, he was 12 years old.
That's right.
And he confounded doctors and lawyers, and he had them mesmerized, like fucked up by the things that were coming out of his mouth at that young age. But that's very rare.
Yeah, and that was Yahweh Shai.
Exactly.
You had Jeremiah was at a young age, but you gonna have men coming this thing at a young age, but you stick to the level that's sufficient. Like the scriptures say, seek not out the things that are too hard for people.
But the point is that the Lord exalt you in due time.
That's right.
You know, but this is the word for a full age. Teleos. Let me see. Oh, you turn the volume down, right?
Yeah, turn up on the side.
Teleos. It says brought to its end, finished.
God, finished.
Right, wanting nothing necessary to completeness. It says perfect, that which is perfect, consummate human integrity and virtue of men, full grown adult of full age mature. So you have matured in the scriptures. You know, you have come to the understanding of, and you've been tested and tried in certain situations to where you're ready to go to that next level.
That's right. Hey, I got a quick example that just popped in my head. You remember the movie Troy? You ever seen the movie Troy? In the movie Troy, you had Achilles, and you remember I think it was his little cousin.
Yeah.
And he wanted to try to take it upon himself and act like he was Achilles and go and try to fight. What was his name?
Hector.
King Hector.
Yeah.
He went to try to fight King Hector, and what ended up happening to the little schmuck, man? He got killed. He got put to death, man. Because why? Here it is. Achilles is one of the battle. He's battle tested. Right. He can fight on the front line. If you on the 10th line, just fight on the 10th line, man.
Yeah, it's safer for you.
But because he was seeking preeminence. Yeah. You know, this is back to the point that we was just bringing out. This is warfare. This is spiritual warfare. This is not a circus, a spiritual circus or a playground. See, America is putting the men of our nation into that lollipop reality. Everything is watered down. Like, no, the scriptures say the Lord is a man of the war. Salaki, the scriptures say the Lord Yahweh is a man of war. This war that we're in is the highest form of war. This is the highest form.
That's why the Most High is for us to give credence unto our leaders. It's always been like that in the scriptures. You know, the priests, the prophets, among the priests, you had high priests, you know, and they were blessed with a certain holiness. Same thing on tonight. You got the apostles and the elders, brothers, which we're known as a nation full of kings and priests, but you got priests that's above other priests, priests that actually are more holier, you know, so to speak. You know, even though we all flesh, you always got them guys, all y'all flesh, how y'all gonna, man, we all know that, man. But it's all about what you're striving and pushing towards. Just like Paul, Peter sinned, Paul sinned, but were they above the other 12? Were they above the disciples? Yes, they were. Were they deemed more righteous in the eyes of the Lord, or closer unto the Lord than the other individuals for the most part? Yes.
Yeah, Peter. When Yahweh Shai asked Peter, what
do men say that?
Yeah, who do men say? And Peter answered him and said, "You are the Son of the living power." And then it pleased Yahweh Shai his answer, because at that point he started saying, "Man, the Heavenly Father working with you."
He's spiritual.
Yeah, he's spiritual. And then as soon as after he said that, what did he say? Upon you will I build upon this rock will I build my church. So hey, that's the same thing. You're gonna have certain men that's gonna be worthy enough to receive that higher level. That's just how it go, man.
And if certain individuals think that they're gonna do that, just like this individual that touched the ark, what the Most High did, put him to death, man.
And all he was doing was just trying to hold the ark because they tripped and the ark was about to fall.
Yep.
And all he did, and he just wanted to help hold it up. And the Most High was, don't touch that. Boom, and then King David was displeased, he said. You know, because all Uzzah was trying to do was just trying to hold the ark up because they tripped. And the Most High just show you the serious look. If I tell you something, listen to what I'm telling you.
And I'm pretty sure that point was very much reiterated back then. Not to touch the holy Ark of the Covenant.
So he's probably a priest.
Yeah, and he probably heard that a lot of times because you got to remember, Israel was going by the law. So the law was coming out heavy to where he's heard that the Most High is merciful. You know, but it was just his will set up to go ahead and use him as an example. All right, come on.
1 Samuel 15:23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
That's right. The scriptures say rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, man. And you will see a lot of guys that they will come into Great Millstone and then just be rebellious as hell, man. All right, just come up. They act like this is their program. Now you come into something and you try to recreate the program that you in.
Right.
You just got in here. How you gonna tell men that started this through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai how to run it when you just got here?
That's like you getting hired on a job, a construction job, and you know the manager saying, all right, here's your tools, to use it this way, you know, you build on that, and you try to rebuttal against the manager, man.
Yeah.
Or later on, you probably worked there for a couple of years. Now you're trying to tell the manager how it's supposed to be structured, how to build it. Now the blueprint's supposed to be this way, turning it. Man, it don't work like that. Man.
Right,
just follow the rules through the spirit. The Most High set up certain men to guide and other men to guide other men. That's how it works. It always worked like that. You know, the Most High set up Moses and Aaron, and when they bucked up against Moses, hey, how many men got put to death for talking shit against Moses?
A whole mess of them.
You know, his own sister called leprosy.
Korah, remember Korah, Abiram, and David, and they families died. They houses,
cattle,
everything. The ground they swallowed them up, man. They want to sit up there and play. Jake want to sit up there and play, man. Thinking that the Most High won't get at you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. All right, the Most High about to open up on a lot of you niggas, man. And I'm talking about soon, any day, man. In Great Millstone, that was in Great Millstone, and the rest of you guys, man. The Most High, Yahweh Bashim Shai, about to start opening up on you niggas.
That's right.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it just like that. Now Yahweh Bashim Shai is about to start visiting all you niggas, man.
That's right.
And your families.
That's right.
All right. The Yahweh Bashim Shai is coming for all you niggas, man.
That's right.
That's right. Got a little bit more.
Come.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
See, stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. And how is idolatry and stubbornness in relation? How can you relate that? Because being stubborn, all right, you're being driven by what? Pride, and that's self-worship. Okay, you listening to yourself. Idolatry. You worshiping yourself. That's why the scriptures even tell you that men shall become lovers of themselves. Okay, you are your own damn idol. You worship yourself. That's what I think the term is narcissistic.
And the word ego. To have a big ego, you know, goes back to the word I, because it's not about anybody else. The world revolves around me. I like it like this. It's got to be. This is the restaurant. No, if everybody want to go this way, I'm gonna go. It don't work like that, man. Just follow the pasture.
That's right.
Follow the spirit of the Lord and just follow the blueprint that's laid out.
But Yahweh Bashim Shai is gonna start coming down hard on you niggas. A lot of you guys is about to start getting put to death for your rebelliousness, man.
That's right.
This is about to take place, man.
That's right.
Okay. You got a precept?
I got a little bit more slack.
Okay, come.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he have also rejected thee from being king.
Yeah. So he said he will reject you from being king, man. So a lot of you guys already lost your crowns, man. Okay. A lot of you guys already lost your crown. All right, because you're giving heed to them seducing spirits. Now it's gonna be made manifest. All right, it's going to be made manifest because a lot of people, you know, a lot of these guys, they want to sit up here and be finger pointers and act like it's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. Well, it's going to be made manifest, and it's going to be made known who was in the right and who was in the wrong. And when these things start happening to you guys, you're going to well understand that it's coming from Yahweh Bashim Shai.
I like the way you said that. That was the spirit that you say it that way. You meant to say things.
Mm-hmm.
You said stings.
Stings.
It's gonna sting, man.
God, yeah. It's gonna you're gonna get stung.
That's right.
Yeah. That death angel is coming, man.
That's right.
All right. Go ahead, Bars. You have some more?
That's all I have.
All right, Con, go give what you got to that one.
All right, come. This 2 Ezra 7:57. It says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Mm-hmm.
That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said.
Mm-hmm.
But if you
this is the condition. This is why we're being conditioned to fight this battle. What battle are we fighting? All right. You got guys. Well, I work a 9-to-5 job. I ain't got to fight in goddamn over 12 years. What battle am I fighting? You simple niggas.
The so-called white man ain't killing us no more.
Yeah, the white man ain't killing us no more. I got my own neighborhood. I stay in Buckhead.
Right. Like you said in an interview, look, this guy Lil Wayne, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video on this nigga. This nigga Lil Wayne, on he was the whole NFL protest thing is going on. It's hot in the news. So he gets in there and talks about when he was young and how he had shot himself in the chest. And he said when all the police officers rushed in the house, they jumped over him, but it was a white cop that saved him. And he said, I don't see racism. You ain't in the battle, nigga. You ain't in the battle. You a dummy, man.
That thing is gonna compromise his integrity, man. Right. Yeah. And that's an act worthy. That's treason, man. That's an act worthy of death, man. Because you don't even understand who your people is, man. Yeah. Just because you got one old devil that did his job to save a nigga, so that he can get more merits for himself.
Yeah. And he could have been a Jake.
Right. Yeah, he could have been a Jake at the same time.
That story could be all made up. These niggas get paid over this to make up these stupid stories. Yeah. He shot himself in the chest and all the police ran in the house. And
he said all the police officers that ran past him.
Nigga, you're bleeding on the ground. How you seen all this? You just got shot in the chest.
Nigga, you think about it. Man, chest burning like a motherfucker.
Was it some more?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You said that was the
2 Ezra 7:57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. Mm-hmm. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as thou hast said. So if you let the temptations and the struggles and say,
overtake your flesh.
Yeah, overtake your flesh, and you succumb to these, these wicked thoughts and being rebellious, then you're gonna suffer, man. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be caught in that outer darkness, and that's what's just gonna be the total, end of your soul.
That's why scriptures, refer to them as reprobates, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's right, brother.
And reprobates are rejected of the Most High. They can't even, be in the Most High's temple.
Void of judgment.
Yep, void of judgment.
God.
It says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say.
Now, the victory is acquired through what? Through enduring unto the end. Okay? Fighting the spiritual battle of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Matter of fact, could you hold that real quick? I got to get something real quick. First Timothy 4 and verse 7. Or it might be 2 Timothy 4 and 7. Yeah, try 2 Timothy 4 and 7. Baruch Shah.
2 Timothy 4 and 7. I have fought a good fight.
There you go. I have fought a good fight. Now, this is clearly telling you that what? We're in a battle, man. This is a fight. Go ahead.
I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course.
I have finished my course. Now, that goes back to what the brother Tazawan was saying about what? The victory. Okay? The victory is gained upon what? Finishing your battle, your fight.
Right.
This spiritual course.
And even when you do the 100-yard dash, or the mile or 2 mile, whatever, or the marathon, 26 miles, you don't get reward until you finish the race.
You gotta cross that threshold.
Yeah. Finish line.
Mm-hmm. Finish. That's right. Finish. Go ahead, Barzal.
Okay. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
Yeah, keeping the faith, man. All right. You gotta have that spirit, uncrackable spirit. See, the rest of these niggas out here, they got cracks in their spirits, man. Crackable, man. You can't your spirit, you can't allow the fleshly realm of Satan to crack your spirit. Your spirit you gotta be ironclad. Your spirit gotta be whole, man. All right, go ahead, Barbara.
That brazen wall that Yahweh Shai spoke about.
Yep.
Made Jeremiah that
brazen wall.
Yeah. You saying that?
I say the real men of the Lord, they bend, but they don't break.
That's right. Go ahead.
And I got a word too, just to go into it, under the term athlete, because this is really talking about a battle, and these are things that Paul, constantly spoke of, which that word athlete goes back to the Greek word athlon,
which means to compete for a prize.
That's why Paul said they fight. They fight it for a corruptible crown, and they beat at the air. You know, but we an incorruptible crown because they fight for the trophies, the things that's presentable, the gold and
they want the diplomas, and they want the Rolls Royce, they want the Porsches, you know, and they want the you know the
best restaurants, get the best women. Did you say athlon?
Yeah.
Is that what the word athlete goes back to?
Yeah.
Wow, that's bad. Because you have the decathlon. That's an athlete that runs 10 different.
Deca.
10, Deca is 10. Because they have like 10 different.
Like the triathlon.
Right. You got triathlon is 3 different events. Decathlon. That's 10 different events.
And then that's what we doing in the spirit. You know, it's not just one thing. Spiritual, because men be so used to just running. And you might have to jump on that bike. You might have to cross the river. That's what the scripture's talking about. You got to backstroke. You got to be multi-talented, so to speak.
And if I can add to what the apostle just said about decathlon, 10 athlon, which means a competition. And after each and every last one of those individual competitions, they receive a prize. They don't do all 10, and the winner of all 10 collectively get the prize.
Right. Each
and every last one of the courses that they take, it's a prize. When we get that crown, that incorruptible crown, it's going to come with many rewards.
That's right.
Okay, it's not just going to be all right. You know, you get to get out of slavery, but Esau's still going to be over you. No. We get all kind of access to women, spiritual powers, understanding. We get the world. It's all kind of just. That's why the scriptures speak about the blessings going to overtake us, because it's the Lord. It's a heavy reward that's going to come in many forms when we get in the kingdom of heaven. Having the access to the animals, okay, being able to go up and look at a bear and just see the spirit, but that the Lord has in a bear. Okay, or seeing a child playing with a lion. My son, you know, gone for 5 days and I'm not even thinking about it. You know, being able to just go to the nearest river in your backyard and have a nice cold drink of water. Have your enemies on. These are the different rewards that comes with fighting the fight and finishing the course.
And that's why scripture speak about that spiritual exercise, man. Yeah. You know,
chisel in the spirit.
Yeah, you gotta be chiseled. You gotta have the trapezius, the biceps flexed up. You know, and like Apostle I had a lesson back in the day. He said the apostles the apostles, the men that's been doing it for 25 years. He compared them to bodybuilders and how ripped they was. They have muscles on top of muscles, on top of muscles. You know. And when you first start, you don't start like that, man. Because your body has to break down. You know, it has to develop muscle. You got to get the protein. You got to get your shakes. You got to have a good diet on you. And then you have to exercise continually. A lot of men exercise for 2 years. They think they got them muscle men, man. And they only trying to get the mirror muscles, the things that's presentable to everybody else, man.
Let's do upper body, lower body.
Legs ain't worth the shit. But, you know, as long as they got the post-production and can shoot out a lot of scriptures, that's what matters.
That's what matters, man.
And the apostles they built up, they ain't using no damn steroids that Esau made.
Right.
Yeah,
they use it.
Non-GMO.
Yeah, the steroids so you have I shoot out shot.
That's right, bro. Hey, finish that up, bro.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, okay, come.
I'm just trying to get the scripture.
Come, no problem.
I had looked the word in Hebrews 5 and 14. I had looked up the word use, right? And I got the wrong. So like I got the wrong version. That sucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now it says even those who by reason of use. Right. Let's look up that word use. I just want to get it. I know brothers in the spirit. The word use is hexis, right? And the word hexis means a habit, whether of body or mind, a power acquired by custom, practice, use.
Training. That's how you train.
Because when you first started going to the gym, you'll be sore, but you don't see any benefit. After a while, you keep doing it, you keep eating the right things, and your body starts breaking down and building back up. You know, so now this is a mental exercise we go through to break down our mind and then build it back up.
And when you work out through a number of years, that's when you see your frame. You can start framing yourself to your likeness in the spirit. It's the same thing when you learn these scriptures. It builds you up to be a better man. You're a great man in this aspect, in this attribute, in this arena. You know, that's why Scripture says wise words will even make your enemies to be at peace with you. You know, when you're out in the world, and a lot of guys that get into a lot of crap is because they're not
know how to apply the scripture.
That's right.
They're young. You know, you got these guys that want to go to the restaurants and cuss out Esau, man. Cuss out a faggot because he's, serving drinks in the restaurant. Man, we ain't in them times. Yeah. If you got that mentality, don't even go out, man, because it means you're young-minded.
Yeah, right. You want to, go in and, you sit down. Next thing you know, all these damn Edomites in here, man. Yeah. Man, fuck the white man. You just trying to, put on. It's like, look, man, just get you something to eat, man, and slide. Because good and well, if you wasn't around brothers, you'd be like, how you doing, man?
Yeah. Or you go to a restaurant. Or you go to a restaurant and get into it with a fucking bum.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then cry about, I need to get half price off on my meal.
Free.
See, that's a nigga on, man. Grimy nigga. Man.
No home training.
Yeah.
All loud. Like, damn, you don't shut the
But you go ahead, Bars. We're gonna get ready to close up the lesson.
Oh, you have something to say to it, Paul?
No, you got it. It was something that just passed, but this is
okay.
All right, got it.
Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give unto me at that day.
That's right, and that links up with Second Ezra, the second chapter. Ezra saw that. It goes to show you that the prophets was in the same spirit. John, is it more to it, Barzo?
And not to me only, but unto them also that loved his appearing.
And not to me only, but and that's the same thing Ezra saw. The same thing that Timothy's writing about here, Ezra's wrote about. Because he said it was a great multitude, and there was a tall man that stood in the midst of them. And he said what? He set crowns upon their head. So were they lying about that? They saw the same exact thing. Yeah. They writing about the same things, man.
Yeah.
If you finish the course, because when you read down in the second Ezra's, the second chapter, what it say? He said, I marvel at them that stood so stiffly for the name. The meaning what? They were stiff in the battle, man. It's the same thing Timothy talking about.
I got it up, sure.
Yeah, come on.
This is 1 Timothy 4:6. If thou put the brethren in remembrance of these things, thou shalt be a good minister of Yahushua, nourished up in the words of faith and of good doctrine, whereunto thou hast attained. But refuse profane and old wives' fables, and exercise thyself rather unto godliness. Right? It says, for bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is, and of that which is to come. You know?
Because the kingdom, like how I said, the kingdom is within you. But you have to manifest it, and the only way you to do that is you have to go through certain trials, tribulations, and conditions to build you.
You sound like an old Jake when you said that.
Conditions, and put you fitly within that frame of the house to make you a part of like Scripture said, what's to come, which is what? The kingdom.
Yeah.
Which is how about Yahushua's house, man.
And it goes all full circle. Because that's what we spiritually building up so that we can overcome what? These evil spirits, man. Your spirit has to be strong. Because your spirit has size to it, so to speak. It's not measurable, okay, is this cubit, stature. No, it's not that. But when you feed it with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, that's how you get built up. That's how you grow stronger and stronger.
That's right. And I got this definition of the term exercise. Exercise goes back to the Latin ex thoroughly, or sede, keep in or away, from the Latin exercere, keep busy, practice, application of a faculty, right, or process.
Yeah,
that's the wisdom. Through exercise, and when the spirits come your way and they tempt you, you actually repelling it through the knowledge that you actually were reading about. Because this is the training course. When you training in the spirit, when you're in your closet, so to speak, you read and you develop this, the understanding, the knowledge and the understanding. But the wisdom, that's the application. That's what builds you up.
Yeah, what you apply, man. The things that you apply is what recreates, your spirit. The things that you apply. All right, the apostle holding some heat over here.
I looked up the word exercise in the scripture I just read. It's a gymnasium, right? Which is gymnasium, right? It says the exercise of the body in a palestra or school of athletics, and exercise whatever. The exercise of consciousness relative to the body, such as a characteristic of aesthetics, and consists in abstinence from matrimony and certain kinds of food. You know, so that's that. Because when you're building up your spiritual mind, there's some certain things you have to abstain from. Like sometimes when you go on a fast, you know, you are abstaining from food and stuff like that and drink to gain a benefit for the spirit. You know, and it's not easy. That's why the brother read about exercise. It's a constant battle. It's something you're constantly doing. You're constantly being busy with. You know. So the way you build up the body is by doing things. The way you build up the spirit is by doing things of the spirit as the lesson is going into.
John, that's right. That's a beautiful point, man. And we have to have our spirits exercised into better character. Okay, because let's say for instance, when you in the world and you get pulled over by the cops and they piss you off, you might spaz out, say some shit that get you arrested. But when you come in the truth, you get pulled over by a cop. Then it comes in, man. I got to use wisdom. All right. So what I have to present myself a certain type of way to wiggle out of this occasion, man. You know, and how you present yourselves. Okay. How your character is when you start applying wisdom, man. All right. When you start doing things other than what you would usually do, according to the scriptures, of course. That's when you become wise, you know, with the things that you apply. That's why if I could say this real quick too, that's why also the more that you know, okay, the more that you know, okay, is required of you to apply more things than the next brother, because he may not know as much as you. Okay, so he's going to apply certain things on his level that he knows, but a man that's been around, okay, for a certain amount of time, he knows a lot more than the next brother, so he has to apply a lot more. That's why the scriptures tell you, I think that's in the book of Hebrews, it speaks about giving double honors unto the elders, that because they received their reverence through the faith or something like that. If you know, it's in it should be in Hebrews 13 and 17, I think.
Oh, obey them that have the rule over you.
Yeah. And it speaks about the how they obtain why you have to give because of the good report. But it's another part I'm looking for. I
think that might be 1 Timothy, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, let me check.
Let me check. I'll check 1 Timothy. Unless you find it,
obey them that had a rule over thee.
I get a scripture.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
It might be in Timothy.
This is Proverbs 1:1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom. Yeah,
to receive the instruction of wisdom. Okay. Now, wisdom is something that's applied in the spirit. Okay. You have to apply wisdom according to your spirit. Okay. You see?
All the way to the top, 17. That's not what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, because it speaks about especially they who labor in the word of doctrine.
You can read it.
Yeah, I'll just read it. 1 Timothy 5 and 17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor. Now, the elders should be counted worthy of double honor because of what? Because we just found some men to count worthy. No, because of their labors. It says especially they who labor in the word of doctrine. Okay. Now the apostles and elders that's been around and laboring, they have to carry themselves a certain type of way so that the younger brothers can look up to. You don't see the apostles and elders out here going crazy and just acting like niggas. Okay, doing niggerish shit. Okay, they hold themselves accountable to what they know, and they push that spirit on younger brothers. All right, they have to be an example unto the younger brothers, and then the brothers that come under them have to be examples as well.
Okay, like I said, that comes with having an extreme fear of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know, and examine yourself on a daily basis, because you don't want to mislead the sheep.
That's right.
You know, you don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to land back real quick. That's why it's important to follow their lead, follow their example. You know, because it's one thing for them to just be an example, but it can't be an example if nobody's following. That's why they're worthy of double honor. You can't give honor to someone that you have no respect or reverence for. Right. Someone that you can't sincerely give reverence for because you haven't followed the path and walked in those steps to see, dang, okay, well, I see why the Lord set them up, because they've been doing this. That's why they're worthy. That's why, you know, when they say something after being experienced and being conditioned in this battle for so long, they should take it.
They're not just pulling, the apostles and elders are not just pulling this stuff out of their nose, man.
Yeah,
they in the scriptures.
Yeah.
They've gone through it, and most importantly, the things that the apostles and elders tell you, Yahweh Shai told you. It's not like that they telling us their words. Yahweh Shai tells us these things, and they reiterate the spirit that's telling them these things.
If I can add real quick, the scripture says, Yahweh Shai said, remember when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
That's right.
You know?
And then also you have to consider that the elders not only reading it and telling you, but they've been in it for a while, so they've experienced this thing, which is the most valuable teacher.
Right.
So now they see these things. That's why they're like, okay, brother, don't do this because you may not understand why. It's like Simba. You don't understand why, but they've been through it. They've dealt with niggas. Right. They've dealt with wicked women. Right. They've dealt with adulterers. They've dealt with lying tongues in their camp. They've dealt with men. They've dealt
with the family, the whole family.
The whole family coming against them.
They dealt with that the sellout niggas, you know, all these things that they've gone through.
So that's why they're able to tell you.
Yeah, they reiterate what they've gone through, and they telling you the same things that's being told to them. It's not like they're telling you something that Yahweh Shai not telling you.
Exactly. And that's why in the truth you got to be a visual learner, man. You know, and just understand, you know, what the apostles and the brothers that's telling you is verified in the spirit. A lot of JV want to learn the hard way, man. Yeah. They hear what men are saying, but they want to test it themselves. I want to see if this is true. So let me go test the waters. Nah, man. The first thing about the truth that you're supposed to fall into is fear, man. Fear and understand that if you play with the Most High, Scripture says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. A lot of stuff you wouldn't do just through fear, man. Fear of the Lord. Yeah. You know, and the apostles and elders, they speak on certain things, and they also promote brothers to look it up.
That's right.
It's not like they just reading certain things to you and saying, and giving you the book. Yeah. We all have access to the scriptures. We all have access to the internet. You know, and this say drink water out of thy own cistern.
That's right. And this is also another form of a spiritual battle, man. Yeah. Okay, because in the battle, when if you sign up for any Navy or Army, you're gonna come in up under somebody, and they're gonna explain what you're gonna go through because they went through it. Right. And it was somebody over them that told them the same things. Right. It's a chain of command, man. Right. So if you come in this thing with that whole know-it-all spirit, and another man can't tell me this, another man can't tell me that, and why we got to do this? That's a commandment of men. You're not thinking like a soldier, man.
Right. And,
okay.
And another thing is how they don't want to accept it because it's somebody of just say their own culture telling them, but then if Esau was telling them. Or when you was in school and Esau would tell you shit, you sit there and you fucking listen, and you think that's the truth. Yeah, which is a damn shame, man.
Don't question it at all.
Yeah.
Well, the main thing Jake be having is pride, man. That be blocking them from listening, Yeah. And not from hearing. They think, they read a lot or they study a lot, so they know, but they don't really have the experience. Yep. That's why when you come out of college, you've been studying for the past 4 years, maybe 5 years, but when you go to get a job, resume says you need 5 years experience. You can be as bright, the brightest person in the room. Smart. We're gonna start you off at this level, entry level, and you're gonna get paid this amount.
And it's even though you say, the scriptures say experience is the crown of the age. I think it's in the Apocrypha.
Yeah, because that's where you get your tokens from in this truth. The stripes that you go through.
That's what
stripes.
That's where you get your promotions. When you look in the army, they got these medals and these stripes, Purple Heart, because they went through these different battles, and they still alive. So they're worthy enough. Okay, their mind is conditioned enough to pass on that message to entry level men, because they've got. It's the same thing in the spirit. These guys don't understand actually the concept of war. And what war is not savagery on the block. That's not tactical war. Just niggas pulling up. That's how a lot of you niggas come in the truth movement. Like you spiritual gangsters. You want to come in rapid fire with the choppers and the dirty handguns, and you're not thinking like a real South Central nigga, man. You're not thinking like an actual tactical war in the spirit. You got to come in. You got to go through certain things. All right. You have to listen. You got to get, when the sergeant get here sometimes. Get all up in, get all up in your shit, man. Yeah. Start spitting on you, telling you about yourself. All right. And you got some men, they go through that little part right there. And I'm out, man. Ain't nobody talking to me like that. But then you got some men that's really war-minded and understand the concept of war, okay, and what it takes, the seriousness behind it. They stand there and take it. Then they hear it. They look beside the delivery and they actually hear the message. That's strength.
You know why? Because grunts can take it.
You gotta be a grunt.
Actually smart.
You gotta be a grunt, man, a spiritual grunt. You gotta be in the thick of the battle, because if not, any little schism. And like I say, it really goes back to predestination. But in that day of tribulation, okay, Satan gonna be running rampant out here. Satan is gonna get his one last sweep and try to grab up whoever he can grab, man.
Okay. Right now.
Yeah, he revving up for this, man. So he's gonna be coming in all kind of forms, man, to try to get you to go off at that last moment. So you're gonna have to be mentally strong. All right, you're gonna have to be mentally stiff, man. Like we just said in Second Ezra's, the second chapter, Ezra said, "I marveled greatly because of them that stood so stiffly for the name." You're gonna have to be stiff in that day, man. You got to have a level of resistance that's unheard of.
You got to be closed-minded, because you open-minded when you basically come into the truth, and it opens your mind. But when you're in this is where it closes. That word open mind means to be foolish. A lot of these different people are open minded to anything. They'll, have sex with just like the lesson we talking about, the flesh. They have sex with this type of animal. Do this, do that. I'll try this food. I'm always curious for new delights.
Has no boundaries.
Has no boundaries. We're not curious. We're not even of this world. The scriptures say that we dead. And our life is here when Yahweh Shah. When Yahweh Shah return, that's when we eat and feast.
That's when we enter into life. But
yes, sir.
Get that Galatians 5, and we gonna shut it down.
We finally be righteous, man.
Yeah, man, and that's what it's about, man. We just started with 5 and 16. Read the 17 and we'll close it out. We got one more in Romans 8 too. Go ahead.
This is Galatians 5 and 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Go ahead.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
So these things are working on opposite frequencies. Okay? They going against each other, man. It's a positive and a negative energy that's going against each other. Go ahead.
And the spirit against the flesh.
And the spirit against the flesh. They work contrary, man. Your flesh will tell you, you could get away with hitting this woman, even though she got a man. Ain't nobody gonna know. But your spirit, you gotta be like, you know it ain't nothing right there stopping you.
Right.
But the only thing that's gonna stop you is Yahweh Bashima listening to the word of Yahweh, that fear of the Lord. That's your boundaries, because you'll be like, you know what? As a matter of fact, hey, hold on real quick. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. That's what I'm about to do. Next thing you busting out the front door. You just like, hey, look, man. You be straight up. You got a man, so I ain't I'm good. I'm good on that. You just. That right there is when walking after the spirit. Because you just defeated sin. By doing so. You just defeated that little portion of sin. And now this woman, in her head, this woman is thinking like, damn, I'm trying to give him the box, and he just was like, why he do that? Like I'm throwing it to him. And that's rare to a woman. When they see that, and that's you defeating that demon, because then you got the demon confused now. She like, man, why you want to hit this? Is it because of how I look, or not considering that he just resisted you because he's in a spiritual war. He's fighting against his flesh. And that's how the battle was won by the elect not being cracked.
And that's how experience comes. Experience comes one battle at a time. A lot of guys want to get the top experience without actually having gone through those different battles. Battles, man.
Yeah.
That's what we speak about, them having that senses exercised to discern both good and evil. Why? Because their minds have actually been exercised to do those things and go through certain situations to get to the level that you're at. But it takes time. And if you're patient, the Lord will get you there. You got those guys that want it now. Because America, everything in America is instant. They want instant gratitude. It don't work like that. Y'all brother got it.
Go ahead, I'll finish up on that.
And these are contrary the one to the other.
Go ahead.
So that you cannot do the things that you would.
Yeah, so that it's a boundary. You're gonna set a boundary somewhere, whether it's in the flesh or in the spirit. A lot of you people block off the spirit. Yeah. A lot of niggas that's in the world, 2/3, you block off the spirit, and you give in to the flesh. But the men that walk in the spirit block off the flesh and give heed to the spirit. Yeah. They work contrary to another, man. So it says so that you would not do the things that ye would. Right. The things that you used to do.
Yeah. All right. Because there's two masters. You have the master of the spirit, which is Yahweh Shem Shai, and you have the master of the flesh, which is Satan.
That's right.
So either you're gonna serve one or the other. Like even Bob Dylan said that you're gonna serve somebody. Either you're gonna serve the Lord or you're gonna serve Satan.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And that's the bottom line. That's why there's no in between. There's no gray areas, man. There's no lukewarm. Lukewarm equals wicked. Lukewarm equals getting spewed out the Yahweh Shai's mouth. You either got to pick one side or the other. And that's it. These clowns talking about the gray areas. The reason why they pick the gray areas to say that is because they want a safe zone where they don't have to deal with either side.
They want to be neutral. Yeah, John, if you look up that word neutral, you remember we looked that word neutral up? It means like to neuter or to be non-confrontational.
To have no nuts.
Yeah, have no nuts. Yeah. Like man, and that's why the scriptures say a man unstable. I mean, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's just like warm water. If you run warm water over your hand, sometimes you're gonna feel it hot and cold. It's like, man, which one is it, man? It's lukewarm. Nothing is good lukewarm. Like you gonna either want food cold or hot, because some food is good cold. Yeah, some food is good hot. Right. But anything that's lukewarm, it's gonna be like, what's going on with this, man?
You don't want solid. No, man.
Right, I want it cold.
Solid is cold.
I like the cold salad.
Like eating a cold soup.
A cold soup.
Yeah. Or you eating like the brother said, a salad. Nobody eat hot fruit. Yeah. You want a nice cold fruit. Oh yeah. But
if you want to eat like an apple, you want a nice cold apple.
You want a nice cold apple, a nice cold, cold peach.
The Most High all about temperature too, man. Because basically he wants us to be at this certain level to serve him. Because the Most High is specific with his taste, man. That's right, brother. It ain't okay, you can serve me and just pray to me and that's it. Nah, he requires certain things. You do this. You've been in the truth for this number of years. You got to do this now. You got to do that. You got to strive this direction. Right. You got to totally make sacrifices. That's why the scriptures say that. Okay. When you sacrifice, you give your flesh all the way over. You can't keep it on.
Yeah. Hey, that's why we wear fringes on our garments and borders of blue. Because the Most High specified that.
That's right.
There's a way, and that. Hey, when you go and you read about the temple and the way it was set up, everything was specific.
Meticulous, man.
Specific. It got to be carved this way. And the Lord, and the scripture says the Lord gave those certain men particular skills and carving and doing certain things just for the purpose of setting up the temple.
Yeah. That's crazy. It goes to show that the Most High is about order and balance.
Yeah.
Because those things we don't understand why the Lord is so particular. But you know how you have an old father or old grandfather, he gotta have his stuff exactly how he like it.
Yeah.
He won't know that if you bring him a glass, it gotta be his glass that he drink out every day. He want to eat out his same plate. Or it's like if it ain't right, it just the energy of it ain't flowing.
Yeah.
You may not understand why he so particular like that, but it's a reason to him. And that's the same thing with Yahweh Shema Shah. That's why he deals with order. He wants things how he wants it.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures, the Most I said, scripture said his thoughts are not your thoughts, because you don't know why he wants to think the way he wants it. So just fall back and just let it flow.
Do what he says. That's the reason why he's saying do it.
Yeah.
So go to
and I was gonna say that's why the scripture said that the clay, what basically doesn't have a power of the potter, man.
What can the vessel say to the potter?
Like Romans, you know.
Yeah, but
we're just the one that's crafted in the likeness of the Lord, and we have to do his will. That's why we said that in the Abba period. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It's not our will.
It's about doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shah.
Yahweh Shah said that himself. He said, nevertheless, through let thy will be done when he had to get sacrificed. So it's the same thing with us.
That's right. So you got that Romans 8? Or you go bring out Romans. What you got? You got it tonight? Yeah. I want to bring it out. We gonna close on it.
Okay, cool.
We gonna go to Romans 8, start at 3.
Start at 3.
Yeah.
Romans 8:3. It says, for what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh.
Go ahead.
The Most High sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh.
Yeah, because the law was in place. The oral law was in place. Israel knew what to do, but they didn't do it. They didn't do it according to what the law stated. Okay, go ahead.
It says, Most High sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh.
And how did he condemn sin? By not sinning. That's how he condemned it. He didn't go down the path of sin. Showing you that when you walk in the spirit is more powerful than walking in the flesh. Because Jake couldn't keep the law to save their life, man.
Walk in the spirit and you shall not fulfill the lust of the
flesh. That's right. I think he's gonna go into that. Go ahead.
It's verse 4. It says that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. Yeah, go ahead. All right. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. Yeah, so if you after the flesh, you're gonna try to get every woman that you desire. Okay, sometimes you gotta see a bad chick and be like, man, I ain't saying nothing to her. Yeah. It's like every chick that your mind desire, you go and get it. Like you ain't thinking right, man. You ain't thinking properly, man. It don't work like that. Go ahead. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. I wanna drive that Porsche. Let's get that Porsche. Or let's try to get these latest shoes, these kicks, that thing. You ain't walking in the spirit, man. No. You walking according to the lust of your flesh, the thing that you want and you desire. Go ahead. But they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. I'm gonna do a lesson tonight. Yep. I'm gonna go to this live stream. I'm gonna do some reading and do some classes because you mind the things of the spirit. Because in those things you see what? Spiritual gain. That's right. All right. That's how you gain spiritually, by presenting your body as a living sacrifice. All right. There's only one or two things that's gonna happen in this truth, man. There's only one or two things. Either you're gonna follow Yahweh Shema Shah or you're gonna follow Satan. That's it. You're gonna serve somebody. You're gonna serve somebody. You're gonna because it's a higher power somewhere. So you gonna serve somebody.
And it's funny because if you serving Satan, you still serving the Most High.
Yeah, on the left hand side. But he don't want you serving him on the left hand side.
He wants you on the right side.
That's right. That he put you at. It's like Cup keep popping out the cabinet trying to go in the bathroom. I want you in the cabinet. I don't want you in the bathroom. Okay, come.
Just bring something real quick. This is Matthew 6:24. It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
So this scripture is not in there for no reason, Aki. It's there for a reason. Okay? You can't sit up here and try to act like you want the best of both worlds mentality. The scriptures don't tell you that. Well, you read about the rich man. Okay? The rich man that couldn't get into the kingdom of heaven because why? He didn't want to give up everything that he had. he wasn't gonna waltz into the kingdom of heaven and being a rich man. Is something you're gonna have to make a sacrifice here, bro. And which one is it? Do you want your riches or you want the kingdom? You make the choice. All right. As a matter of fact, hold that real quick. Somebody get Ecclesiastes 15 and 15.
That's in the apocryphy.
Right? God, Ecclesiastes.
My shower said.
Apocryphy.
Yeah, the apocryphy.
Ecclesiastes 15 and 15.
All right, so Rock
Yeah,
15
he
and
said
15.
apocryphy.
If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness,
Go ahead.
he have set fire and water before thee.
Right. He said fire and water before you. One of two things is set before you, man. Go ahead.
Stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt.
So choose what you want. Which one you gonna serve?
You're gonna serve somebody.
You gonna serve somebody because I only put fire and water in front of you. I didn't put three things.
Right.
The Lord put two things in front of us:
Okay.
Him and Satan.
And the Most High gonna purify you two ways, either through these waters or through that fire.
That's
The
right.
numbers, because that's the two elements that the Most High uses as a cleansing agent.
That's right.
That's why the scriptures, when you were to do certain things against the law, you would have to wash your body with fire. Wash your body with water.
Yeah.
Or you would have to, certain things would have to be burned with fire. Which that word of fire goes back to the word pyro, to make pure. So it's only two ways you're gonna become pure. You go through these pure waters and the refinery, which is the fire, or go through that physical fire, man.
That's right.
You know?
Listen, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Before man is life and death.
Yeah, that's the point. Before man is life and death. The scriptures clearly tell you what? That Yahweh Shai is life and that Satan is death. All right. Like it tells you that in Baruch, the 4th chapter. The law, it's in him that leaves the law shall die. You know, so death comes through Satan. Okay. Go ahead.
He the harbinger of death.
He the harbinger of death.
All right. Before man is life and death, and whether him like it shall be given him.
And whatever you like, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna choose what you like. And a lot of men, they love death.
And that's what it's going to say, from the abundance of the heart, man speaks.
Yep.
You know, so whatever your desires and whatever your real deep desires deep down inside, that's what you're going to speak.
That's right.
You're going to speak about that.
Everything in the darkness shall come to the light. The scriptures say, love the Lord and be sincere. If you sincerely love the world, just don't even be in the truth.
Yeah.
Just say that, all right, I want to be in the world. Excuse me, you know, I was in this position, but whatever, you know, I love the world. I'm out.
I love it.
Grab you. Nah, bro, you gotta stay. Hey, man. Hey,
yeah.
Because you would do.
And it tells you. It tells you. It's telling you it's only one. It's only one of two things that you're gonna love, man.
That's right.
All right. You ain't gonna be able to have love for the world, but then sit up here and act like, but yeah, I'm still in the truth. No, nigga, you in the world tremendously. You know, you lukewarm as hell. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing according to what the scriptures tell you to do, man. So because you chose death, you chose the ways of the world, man. Okay, now that should be it on that. All right, you got some more? Yeah.
Romans 8:6.
Fine.
For to be carnally minded is death.
For to be carnally minded is what?
Is death.
So you choose death when you choose carnality. When you choose the way of world.
Death.
See how the scriptures is bad, man. All right, go ahead.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
See, but walking in the spirit is what? Life and peace. Now, we just read that in Sirach. Matter of fact, this is last scripture, Deuteronomy 30 and 15. All right, we just read that in Sirach, the 15th chapter, that the Lord put before you life and death. So you got a choice of which one you're going to choose, that blue pill and that red pill, man. See, the Lord ain't got, it's not three options.
And what Morpheus said, if you take the red pill, I'm going to show you how deep the rabbit hole gets.
Yeah.
Because it gets deep, you know?
Yeah, it get deep.
But you don't turn back.
Yeah.
If a man turned back, then that means he wasn't worthy to swallow that pill, man.
You ain't fit, man.
He coughed it up.
Yeah, you ain't fit. Go ahead, Deuteronomy 30 and 15.
This is Deuteronomy 30 and 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good.
Go ahead.
And death and evil.
Go ahead.
And that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy power.
Go ahead.
To walk in his ways and to keep his commandments and statutes and his judgment.
Go ahead.
That thou mayest live and multiply, and the Lord thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it.
And the thing that he put before us, that life comes with following these scriptures, these commandments, these laws, these statutes to the best of your ability. Most importantly, following the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay? So hey, you know, put on the immortal clothing and continue to shred the mortal clothing. Because if not, okay, you ain't gonna make it, man. You gotta fight the lust of the flesh, brother. All right, so anybody have anything to say? We can close it out. That's it. Yeah. So you know, hopefully you brothers was edified with that. We're gonna close out by saying all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.